So we just got done meeting the police officer. Does anybody remember what number we should call?
911.
911. So we're going to practice writing 911 on the board in just a second, but I have another question. If you want to talk to a police officer and tell him hi, do you call 911? Huh?
Yes.
Just to talk to him, to come hang out and play with you, do you call 911?
Yeah.
No, why wouldn't you call 911?
Because it's not an emergency.
Because it's not an emergency. It's very important that we don't call 911 for fun. We only call them if we're in danger and we need help. Okay? So we don't call them any other time. Okay? Okay, so let's see who can remember. How do we write a 9? Who remembers?
A straight line down and a hump on the top.
Okay, a straight line down and a hump on the top. Does that look like a 9?
No, it looks like a P.
Well, a P would be this way. See? P. It's the other way. But it does look like a P. Okay, so to write a 9, we do a straight line down, and then we go back up to the top.
Can't see.
And we do a curve over like that. It's almost like another way to do it.
Can't see.
I'm going to show you another way. Joe, I'll scoot it over here. I'm going to show you another way. Ready? You can make a C. See that C? Then you can go up to the top, and you can do a line down. See that? So that could be easier too. If you make a C, and then a line down like a 1. So what comes after the 9?
1.
A 1. So how do we make a 1? That one should be super easy.
A straight line down.
A straight line down. Just like that.
1.
So how do I turn this 1 into a 9? Who remembers? What would I do at the top?
Make a circle.
Okay, so circle, and then for my 1s we do 1
What's going on the table?
and 1, right? So
911.
Okay, so we're going to practice. Everybody's going to get the iPad. We're going to take a turn. And you're going to practice writing the 911, okay? So, on here, sorry buddy, you're going to trace it. There's the 9. And then for the 1. 1. And then when you get done, you're going to pass it to one of your friends, okay? And then we do the balloons.
9, 1, 1.
Okay? And then you're going to pass it to your friend. So it's Everett's turn. He's going to practice writing 911.
I hope he passes it to me. If you don't do it right, you miss out.
On the iPad, it has us do it like this first. Do the curve first before the 1. So it has us do the curve and then down. It's okay, buddy. Pull it all the way around in a circle first. And you gotta not let go and pull down afterwards. Remember, we try not to pick up our pencil. Now pull down. Look, watch. When you grab it, you go around. Don't let go.
9,
Okay? Go ahead and do it and we'll start it over. That way you can practice the 9 some more.
1, 1, 9, 1.
Did you guys see what we were doing with Everett? We didn't pick up our pencil, which is our finger on the iPad, so we're going to do the circle and we're going to pull down without picking it up.
1,
There you go, Everett. Try again. Hold on, he's going to try that 9 again.
And don't let go.
Don't pick up, remember? There you go.
9,
Nice.
1, 1, 9,
Hope
1.
he passes it to me.
1, 1.
Okay, then when you're done, you're going to get one of these papers and it says emergency card. It says for help call 911. You're going to get a marker. You're going to trace the 9, the 1, and the 1, and then down here you're going to write 911 all by yourself. Okay? After you've done that, then you can color the telephone if you want to. Okay? So you're going to do that while we pass the iPad.
1,
Can I use pencil or the markers?
We're going to use markers. That way we can see them really well. Here you go.
not good tomorrow. I can't get that one. I can't get more.
It's okay, Jackson. It's coming. Here, Casey said you can have it now if you'd like. That was very nice of you, Casey. That was responsible and respectful, wasn't it? Here you go.
119.
Thank you, Casey.
What do we have to go backwards?
Write 911, and then down here write 911 again.
No.
First, you can trace it with the dotted lines.
Did I let go?
Yep, don't let go. Go all the way up as a circle. Yeah. There you go, buddy.
I was trying to keep on shaking on
You did good.
Because you need to stay on the line and then go straight line. Down, JC. I went too fast.
Good job, Jackson.
1,
I'm staying right on the line.
You are. You're awesome.
1,
Did you get a marker, Joe? No. Here, get a marker. Go ahead and get a marker, Brody. You can do your paper while you wait.
We're going.
Um,
I got it orange. Then now can I come in the cell phone?
Yep, and then you can tell I can talk. I'll write your name right here, Hope.
Ready?
9, 1, 1, 9, 1, 1,
Now make a 1.
9, 1,
Make a 1.
1.
I did it! Look!
Good job, Casey.
No, really. I'm not going to color the cell phone. Hey, I did
Good
it.
job. Write your name at the top.
I traced it. I didn't know how to
What's
I
it?
don't know what I want. What's it? I'm done. Hello.
That's it. Now you just have to write your name up there.
There.
Good job.
Now, where write your name?
Good job, Brody.
Now, where do you write your name?
Right here on this.
I did it. Yeah, Brody. 9 and down here 911. I didn't tell the telephone. One. Here's my name. I did
Good
it.
job.
Look, I did J 911.
Now you can color the phone if you want to.
911.
Do you see on the phone it says police 911
Yes.
at the very bottom? That way you know who to call.
I cut mine all gray.
You did color yours all gray, Hope.
Look, I did it.
Good job. Write your name right here, Jackson. Write your name up here.
Fire bag soap. Yes.
We just met a peace officer. And yesterday we met a fireman. And the day before that we met a EMT, an ambulance man. And they all taught us what phone number to call.
911.
911.
911.
So, they told us to call 911, right? 911. When do we call 911? Can you sit down?
If there's a problem.
If there's a problem. What type of problem? Like, is it a problem that we can't find our toy? Do we call 911 if we can't find our toy? No. Then we would tell our parents.
Yeah.
But do we call 911 if there's a stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we would.
around our house and we don't know who it is.
Yeah, do we?
you calling? What if you was our neighbor that's walking around?
Do you call 911 if your house is on fire?
Yeah.
Yes.
The fire house and we didn't the fire
Have
truck.
a seat.
The fire truck.
The fire truck then comes and saves us. And what about if mommy or daddy's really, really sick and they can't breathe? Do you call 911 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
The ambulance.
you do, the ambulance. So it's very important. So let's talk about how to write the numbers 911 because I want you to be able to recognize them, okay? So to make a 9, you make a circle. You stop at the top and then you hold straight on down for a 9. So you make a circle and then you go straight down for a 9. Okay? I'm going to write some smaller ones. So for a 9, you guys tell me how to make a 9.
A circle straight line down.
Tell me again.
A circle and a line down.
Okay. So I want you guys says to sharpen your pencils. Sharpen your pencils. Show me in the air how to make a 9.
Circle, straight right down.
Okay, make erase. Okay, make another one.
Circle and a line down.
Okay, one more. Erase. One more.
Circle and a line down.
Good job. Now, how do we make?
What are we going to do on the
How do we make a 1?
A 1 and a 1.
A 1 is a line down, and there's 2 in 911, so we would make 2, and that kind of looks like the number 11, doesn't it? Okay, so what we're gonna do, because ones we know, we're gonna write 911 in the air. Ready? Erase. Sharpen your pencil. Sit down. Sit down. Ready? Here we go. 9, circle, line down, and then a line down, then a line down. Okay, we're gonna practice that on our iPad. Okay.
Tablet.
So you're gonna.
We have a tablet. I have a tablet. It's pink.
You're gonna get it.
Right.
When it's your turn, you're gonna practice writing 911 on our iPad.
That's a 9.
When you do it once, you're gonna pass it to your friend, and they're going to do
That's
it.
a 9.
Okay, that is a 9. Breton's gonna go first. While he's doing that,
What I'm going to do.
I want to show you guys this one. See this one up here? Look up here for a second. This is the emergency card. You're gonna write your name right here. Then it says for help, call 911. You're gonna trace the 9, trace the 1, trace the 1. Then I want you to try all by yourselves to write 911 down here on this line. Okay? 911.
Put the balloon.
After you pass the balloon, make sure you pass it to your friend.
Yeah.
Good job. You grab a marker.
Dark blue.
There you go, Cassie. Dark blue. Dark blue.
How many paper
Gretchen,
got way over
Can you
there?
grab a marker?
I want blue. Purple.
You have blue. Cameron, you have blue.
Ah.
Have a seat in your chair, please. Good
What?
job.
This is tricky. Tricky.
Tricky, tricky.
What is this? Now what we do?
It looks like it's gray.
I did it. Now what do we? Now what do we do? Now
Write 911 down here. Remember, make a circle just like we did in the air.
Ta-da, I did
Perfect.
it.
And then 1, 1. Line down, line down. Perfect. Now write your name right here, Cole. And if you've written your name and you've traced 911, then you can color the phone at the end. You don't want to find purple. What about this one? Will that one work? It's close. Yeah. Mia, did you get a marker?
I did.
Oh, Maya. Sorry.
I did. Look, I did.
Can you now write? Are you okay, buddy? That's why I told you to have a seat. You okay?
I did it.
Get in your chair. Can you write 911 down here?
Yeah, but I don't have a marker.
Oh, you need it again?
That's kind of fun. I don't care which one. That's kind of fun.
Thank you. That was nice. Can you write 911 down here?
Right now, what?
Okay. Look, I'm going to show you with my paper. So you trace the 911, and then down here you write it all by yourself.
I
Like
did
that.
it by myself.
Like that. Okay, write one more one.
I'm going.
And then you write your name up here. So I would be Miss Tammy. You can color, yes, you can write it again if you'd like, and then you can also color code. So, Gretchen, can you write it all by yourself down there? Cole, do you want to try writing 911 again while you wait on the iPad? Yeah. In my last lesson, I did a lesson on teaching preschoolers how to write 911. We just had a visit from a police officer, and the day before we had a visit from a firefighter and an EMT. So I wanted to teach them how to write the numbers 911. I started out by asking them what number we would call in case of an emergency, and reminding them that we do not call 911 if it is not an emergency, so they understand the importance of the number. Then we wrote the 911 on a whiteboard and in the air with a pretend pencil. And after we did that, the students were able to again trace the numbers 911 on an iPad, and then they were also able to write it themselves, first tracing it in marker on a dotted line, and then below that attempting the numbers all by themselves. I believe that this lesson was differentiated instruction because of the different ways I gave them to write 911. All students did complete the same tasks, however, different students responded to different ones. One student would respond better to using the iPad than they would writing it themselves, because they are so excited to use the iPad. They try harder and they do it, whereas writing with a marker on a paper, they don't always want to do. And then another thing that I did to change up my instruction was I left on the paper, they had the option of tracing 911. And then below, for some of the more advanced students, they were able to try to write 911 on their own. Every student was, again, encouraged to do that, but I knew that some would and some would not be able to write 911 on their own. Overall, the lesson went really well. I think that some of the problems I found were a few of the students only wanted to use the iPad and did not want to try writing it, did not want to participate writing it in the air. They just wanted to play with the iPad. And although that is fun and exciting to play with the iPad, I noticed that some of the students who did the iPad really quick and then wrote it down on their paper, they got done really fast, and we transitioned to the library next, but they felt like they were in the library for a long time, and so I realized that they could have been given more work. They could have maybe been given more times to trace 911 or more blanks to practice writing it. Some of the students on their own wrote it more than once, so to change my lesson for next time, I could just add a little bit more to it, maybe giving them a chance to write a whole line of 9s and a whole line of 1s, something that occupied them a little more, and then maybe even allowing one of the kids to come up and write it on the whiteboard, so that the friends could see their peers doing it. That also might help the kids that's just messing with the iPad. Maybe they would have came up and helped me with the whiteboard, because that was fun and exciting too. I did allow them to use their own markers, whatever colors they wanted, and kind of color if they wanted to color if they got done, but my lesson was fairly short. In my video, you'll notice it kind of repeats itself. Well, the first video is the morning class, and the second is the afternoon class. In the afternoon class, I have more students that are on IEPs and have paras, and so they are a lot more fast-paced. So with theirs, the iPad was started quickly. They were able to write papers quickly. We talked about calling 911 a little bit faster because they have a shorter attention span and they want to move on and keep going. And so it's a little bit faster paced. So I also had to change my lesson for that and be prepared to show those students what was going on and get them moving quickly. We only have 2 iPads in the class, so we had to share, which they did really well with. They did well taking turns, and they did well listening. The next thing that I would probably work on is giving them more opportunities to write next time, giving them a little bit longer, maybe adding to the worksheet a little bit more, so that those who did write 9s just fine and 1s and were ahead, they could have a little bit more to do. And those struggling maybe would even have more practice tracing if I put 911 on there a few more times for them just to trace. Thank you.